Welcome to the Pull the Chute podcast with Jeff and Jana. This is our weekly venture into the world of small to medium-sized businesses and the entrepreneurial spirit that drives success.
So our goal here is to help you grow and to be the best you can be, both in business and personally. To do that, we identify and we discuss topics that will hopefully help you as you work to build a successful business.
We also interview business owners and executives. It's our hope that you may be able to gain insight on ways to help you be a better leader and provide a better culture for your people.
Our mission here is to help you pull the chute once a week to work on your business instead of always working in your business.
So we hope you find these discussions insightful, helpful, and useful.
And thanks for your support. We hope you enjoy today's podcast.
Well, welcome everyone to the Pull the Chute podcast with Jeff and Jana. We are so excited that you're here today. Hey, Jana, how is things today down in Franklin in Nashville area?
Good, sunny.
Yeah,
I let my little puppy out about a half hour ago and he was laying on the stairs sunbathing. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain, so it's good to get that. Although not as much as our guest in California, I'm sure, has gotten as recently.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? So nice to meet you. Yes, we have had an exorbitant amount of rain lately.
Yeah, It's been crazy. So our guest today is Christina Flach, and we are excited that she's here. And just to be able to talk to her and hear about her business and try to understand how she's been doing it for 25 years. That's my question. So Christina, before we get started, do me a favor, just kind of tell people about who you are and what you're doing and how you got to where you're at.
My name is Christina Flach, as you mentioned, and I am a celebrity makeup artist. I'm also CEO and founder, creator of Pretty Girl Makeup, and I'm a mother of 5. I'm a philanthropist. And let's see, I'm also a beauty expert on NBC on California Live.
Wow.
Awesome. God, a mother of 5. Woo, girl.
Yes, I know.
I got to ask, what are the ages and how close?
Yeah.
30, 28, 23, and 17.
Wow.
Oh, girl, love it.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, mine. I have 3 daughters. Jana's only got 1 son, but my girls are similar. They're 37, 36, and 34.
I know. I don't know how our kids have gotten so old.
I know that
happened. I know. I'm like, wait, you're 30?
My stepdaughter's turning 50, and she always teases. My husband started very, very, very young. My son's 20.
Oh my gosh.
Stepdaughter's getting ready to turn 50, and she goes, I said, honey, you know it's bad when you have to lie about your kid's age.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm not telling my friends are turning 50, even though I'm not your, mother. I'm younger, but still.
But still.
Like, you're turning 40, honey. You're not turning 50.
Totally.
That
Absolutely.
Is so tell us about Pretty Girl Makeup and why did you start this? And it's been 25 years. That's amazing.
God, I didn't even realize it's been so long.
Yeah, you've beaten all the odds, which is amazing. So,
yep. And I know we're still standing. I started because as a makeup artist and a mother, I was constantly driving my kids around, having a battle between my lip gloss and my water bottle, and my water bottle would win every time. And so I thought there's got to be a lip gloss that's not drying, dehydrating, that'll last, that's good for you. And I couldn't find one. So I thought, oh, well, and this is what is so wonderful about being ignorant of things. You just go, I'll make my own. It'll be so easy. I'll be at every store in like 2 months and I'll sell it for $1 jillion. And there you go. Now, so it's, it takes significantly longer, obviously, than one would think, because you're not handed a book like, here, you're a CEO. I didn't even know what a CEO was when I started. You just kind of start and learn along the way, and you make mistakes and you learn from them. And I don't even know if you want to call them mistakes. I call them bumps in the road, And so I just started working. I'm sorry, Winston. So sorry.
That's
Winston, come here. I started with working with a beauty chemist.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went from there, and then it just took off. I started giving it to different celebrities I worked with, and that's just kind of how it started. But it took over a year to formulate, which I never thought. I thought it was going to be I thought the process was going to be so much quicker. But I have to say, I did enjoy every moment of the process. And I think if you're an entrepreneur and you're going to be starting a business, you really need to love what you're doing, because it is going to cost more money, take more time, more effort, more than you could possibly think. So if you're going into it just to make $1 million, then you're going to fail because you're going to resent it, because you're not going to wake up excited and enthused. You're going to be like, oh God, isn't this going to be over? I hate it. So and I think probably because I still am a working makeup artist, I have a good balance, because some days I'm on set, some days I'm in my office working, some days doing podcasts. So, it doesn't get stale to me because it's always a different day. And so, and both of my careers complement each other. So, being a makeup artist, I meet new people and they use my products. And they're on TV and stuff. So it really, both of my things help. And I think being a makeup, like having my brand differentiates me than other makeup artists. So, my clients are, more inclined. I've had a really good response of them, like thinking that they like my work, but also all the things that I do. So, and then now that I am the beauty expert on NBC, I didn't expect to do that either. Talk about being uncomfortable. I'm always talking about now getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And when I started, it's going to be 2 years now that I've been a beauty expert on NBC. I'm on about 2 to 4 times a month. I was terrified, and it really made me uncomfortable, but it's also given me, now that I've gone through this whole process, I have gotten so much more comfortable in front of the camera and much more confident in every aspect of my life. So it has absolutely been a blessing to have these different opportunities. And I think if you're open to trying something new, or, the universe plops stuff in front of you that you think, most of the time we'll go, oh, I don't want to do that. But, I'm kind of the mindset now. It's like, well, if it's being put in front of me, then I should try and not try to do it. Just do it. I think try gives you wiggle room to get out. So I like to just say, set a goal and execute.
That's great. Well, and I love that it started from a passion, and it started from what you believed as a need,
Yes.
in the cosmetic industry. Like, they didn't have a lip gloss that worked for you. And
Right.
so I think that's fabulous. That's
Thank you
real
so much.
entrepreneurship, where you feel like you're solving a problem that has not yet already been solved. And what's interesting is when you talk to entrepreneurs, and we've interviewed them, they say, well, I'm supplying a need in the marketplace, like, that I feel wasn't there. So that's how you keep that passion. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny.
it's fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. You finish up?
No, you go.
I was going to say I love your thing about don't try, just go for it.
Yeah.
Because, and I always tell, I'm a coach, right? Business coach. And for 2024, I had 2 clients that I said, you know what my goal for you in 2024 is? For you to be all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all in. And the moment you go all in is when you're going to succeed. But if you keep kind of, 80% in, and then you got that fallback plan in case it doesn't work, then you're not going to make it. It's
No, you almost have to be really uncomfortable for it to succeed, because it's going to push you to take those meetings that you really didn't want to take, and
right.
get investors, all these things that make us incredibly uncomfortable. If you can just take out the word failure out of your vocabulary, and when, with your business, how would you work? Like, what would your process be if you knew you weren't going to fail? And if you can take that out and just think that, there's going to be bumps, there's going to be ups and downs. If you can just think like, I'm doing this, and these things that are mishaps or whatever, they're not happening to me, they're happening for me. Just means you need to pivot and turn a different direction, and not sit and harp on it. Like, I don't even want to call it a failure, but a bump. Let's just call it a bump. If you have a bump, don't sit and beat yourself up for, a year about the bump. Deal with the bump and move on from it. What did you learn, and what do you need to do? And like I just mentioned, we think it's happening to us. Sometimes it's happening for us, and there's a new opportunity that we didn't even realize was there.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely. It's funny. I brought on my first 2 employees this year from a coaching standpoint, and they're not used to the entrepreneurial speed at which things happened, and at the opportunities when they arise. So they wanted to plan out, okay, when are we going to hire the next coach, and when are we going to do this, and when are we going to do that? And within about 3 weeks, we got this opportunity with someone that we were talking to maybe open up an office in London. And
wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, they're like, we didn't plan that. I go, well, guess what, guys? Sometimes God just puts things in front of you, and you can't not look away.
No. And I think I think a true entrepreneur plans kind of there's this great book that I read called We Plan and God Laughs.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's kind of what I think about planning. Of
Yeah.
course, we plan because we need to strategize and figure out what we're doing. But also you have to be flexible and know sometimes these things are going to arise that, you can't expect, and you just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. So 25 years, what was your biggest challenge and what's your biggest accomplishment, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think my biggest accomplishment is that I'm still standing after 25 years. That's probably, I didn't even realize it's been 25 years, but yeah. So that's that's pretty exciting. But I think the biggest challenge obviously is growth and, getting funding, because, my American Express and I can only go so far, especially in the beauty industry. You're competing with, you have to factor in influencers and marketing. There's so much more, and it's constantly changing. So I think that's the hardest part, is just trying to keep up with all the trends, keep up with, all these celebrities and influencers that have an endless supply of money, because it's really, really hard to compete against them.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, are any of your kids in the business with you?
No, my kids, I have one daughter that is a screenwriter in Los Angeles.
Oh, fun.
My other daughter is a fashion designer. She is a makeup artist. She will do photo shoots sometimes, but and she's got an agent actually. And then my sons are golfers. They're in college and trying to turn pro golfing.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, they're all independent. That's great. That's great.
Yes.
And so, Pretty Girl, talk about the different lines you have besides gloss. There's other things I would assume that you're doing with it.
Yes. So we have lips. I've had all different things. I've had, spa products. We've done different eyeshadows and liners and mascaras and lipstick. And right now I'm looking to get funding for another company that I want to start called I'm Too Busy. We have the name trademarked. We're going to do a TV show alongside with it. And so the I'm Too Busy line is going to be a 3-step skincare line, because, people want something that's, people need to be consistent. I know there's so many amazing different skincare lines, but they have like 9 steps, 10, all these, and people, it sounds great, but people are not going to do it consistently. So if we could do something that's simple for men and women, a 3-step process, it's a reverse cleansing. So we get, it's so funny, when I was working with my chemist on this, he asked me, oh, so what do you start your day with? And I said, well, I splash my face with water. And he goes, wrong. And I go, why? And he goes, do you drink the water that you put on your face? And I'm like, no. He's like, all right, you drink filtered water. I said, yes. And he goes, so why would you, do that to your face? So what we do is we have a cleanser and a moisturizer, put that on, and then wash the face, because it puts a barrier up.
Got it.
So we're doing that. And then the 3rd step is just to rejuvenate, with a vitamin C that, rejuvenates the skin and protects it from the sun and everything else. And then the skincare line, I mean, the makeup line, I hear all the time from celebrities to business people, what do I need in my makeup kit? Like, what do I need? And because people get sold so much stuff at these, makeup stores and department stores, people have to remember that these are salespeople. They aren't like a makeup artist. So what I tell my clients, I'm like, look, you need something for your brows, you need some shadows, some liner, mascara, cheek bronzer or a blush, and some lipstick, lip gloss, and a lip liner. The end. That's it. I mean, you can use a little highlighter, but just for basic, normal, I just want to go to work or I want to go to an event, keep it simple. And just don't worry so much about the trends, about, I saw this on TikTok, I saw this on Instagram about baking and like all this stuff. And for real life, it's not doable for a normal person that just like wants to go out and look like the best version of themselves and all these things. And so I really try to focus on, for my clients, look like the best version of you and figure out what that is, whether it be focusing on the eyes. I like, if you look at my portfolio on ChristinaFlach.com, you'll see that all my clients look like they have fresh, dewy skin and nice, bright eyes. And I just try and keep it clean and simple, because it photographs well, but it also, I want people to feel comfortable and confident when they go out in front of the camera or out in public to speak. And so I don't want to, it's another funny thing. We did a segment on NBC, and it was, a beauty dare challenge.
Okay.
And what that was for the people that wear a lot of makeup, tone it down, like a lot. And then for the people that wear very little or none, bring it up. And how do you feel? It is so incredible, the attachment we have to our makeup, routine. People are really attached to looking a certain way. I mean, I have had so many people come to me, and I'm not cheap, okay? And then they tell me how they want me to do their makeup. And I'm like, okay, why are you paying me if you want me to do it the same way you do? Don't you want to see like my interpretation of how you could look? So we did that. We've done it twice now on California Live, and it's so interesting how people get very, very uncomfortable with a difference of their beauty routine.
Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine how that is. What I find interesting too, Christina, I've noticed that a lot of celebrities are willing to sort of show their faces now, where they'll, well, especially like Alicia Keys came out with it, and now this whole thing with Pamela Anderson and some of these celebrities that are saying, I'm just going to kind of go without makeup when I don't have to wear it, or without makeup for a short period of time, so that the general public understands like why we do this and how this works. Like when we do TV, we do a certain type of makeup. When we do stage, I mean, I've been in front of the camera, for a long time as a performer. That's why I was in LA initially and stuff. And I still do some stuff on stage and some commercial work and such. But it's interesting how, depending on what you're doing, is how you should apply your makeup. This idea that these people overpaint for just regular daily life is just, it's not reality. And like you said,
It's
it doesn't
not.
show your best side. I love that your goal is sort of to show your best side of you, the best version of you. That's love. I mean, that's what it should. That's what makeup is supposed to be.
It's supposed to enhance. It's not supposed to mask. And I think, it's too much. And I think, I just did a shoot this morning. I was up at 4:45. I was in San Francisco at 5:45, doing a Bloomberg show. For the last 2 days, I've been doing Bloomberg News. And, I couldn't, if you see those things on Instagram where they put all this foundation on, they blend, my clients would have a heart attack if I did that.
Yeah.
Because you can't, first of all, I don't have time. I don't have an hour to make someone up. And also you don't want it to be distracting. There's someone they're talking about, Wall Street and, things that are going on in the government. Okay. We can't have their makeup being so distracting that people are looking at that instead of the person speaking.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's funny that I think it's totally entertaining to watch these different things on Instagram and TikTok, but it's not for a real makeup artist that actually works. None of that applies.
Yeah, I agree. I just shot a commercial yesterday morning. Same thing. She did real natural makeup on me. She always does real natural makeup. She says, you come with what you normally wear, just to be out in just talking to people face to face, and then I'm going to enhance it a little bit for the camera, and that's it. That's it. That's the way it should be.
I prefer that they come to me. I prefer that they come to me with, no offense, I don't want to see people's makeup skills.
Oh yeah, I got you. Sure.
So I would rather they just come with a clean face and we just start from there, because if I have to
undo,
it's going to take me longer. So I prefer that they are just, some people are really good, but other times, see, here's the problem. My name is attached to your face.
Sure.
And so if you've done your makeup and it's not my, what I do, the client might complain, and then they call my agent, and then it's a whole thing. So I try to avoid problems with clients and agents. And so it's easier if I just start from scratch and a lot faster.
That's great.
So
interesting.
What's your favorite new thing?
My favorite new makeup product, or my new what?
your favorite new makeup that you're,
Well, I'm always trying new skincares and concealers. I love, that. I like all of it. It's fun. I just like seeing new products, new colors. There's so many amazing companies that have wonderful products, and I enjoy looking and touching and feeling them all. It's pretty remarkable. I think this time, I would say 30 years ago, you couldn't go to a Target or a CVS to get decent makeup. And now you actually can. You can get really good skincare and makeup at a reasonable price at a CVS or Dwayne Reed or at a Target, which is really great that, everyone is able to get a nice quality product at a reasonable price.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff. I know you're itching to jump in here. And,
I can't. I'm sure he's just
makeup,
dying to know about makeup. Yes.
I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question was when you were talking about when you did these little challenges, and you had women that you didn't put as much on and women you put a little more on. Were they astonished at the look? Because I would imagine they looked amazing, but did they feel like they looked amazing? I guess is the question.
So the ones that wore no or minimal makeup, and then I did it, they were like floored how they could look. They didn't even know it was possible. And for the ones that wore way too much, they were uncomfortable because I toned it down a lot. And so they felt really uncomfortable. And so I asked them, I'm like, I want you to examine and think about why, what is it that's making you feel so uncomfortable about how your makeup is? And a lot of people are attached to like big fake false eyelashes or a black heavy liner. And if I used like a shadow liner instead of a black liquid liner, which I don't like on pale white skinned women in the day, I just think it doesn't, that's a nighttime thing, a once in a while thing. And so they are so used to looking at themselves in the mirror a certain way. They just felt really, really, really uncomfortable. They don't like it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I was curious how that kind of turned out with things. So
yeah.
Wow, that is so interesting. So from a business standpoint, you're starting this new line, but how often in general, do you like look for something new? Let's keep saying with Pretty Girl at this point, but how often do you look for something new that you're offering? I mean, do you let it go for years or a couple?
I want to, it's all about funding. I mean, see, the problem is it's like, okay, I come up with these great ideas and then my partner, I'm like, oh, now we have to figure out how to pay because it's not like I can just, with a manufacturer, I can order 100 of them. I have to order like 10,000. So it's incredibly expensive to create new products and to launch them and to, you formulate, and then you have to pay the beauty chemist as well. So it's beauty industry. Yes, it is very lucrative, but it's also very expensive to just keep things going. You have to constantly be creating new products.
That's great. And so where can people find your products?
You go to prettygirlmakeup.com and to imtoobusy.co will be coming, and christinaflach.com if you want to see my work. And there's also videos on there of different TV shows I've been on.
Love it.
That's so interesting, Christina. This is fascinating.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You were so sweet.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're so thankful that you were with us today. We're excited for what the future brings for you. And
thank you so much.
I think with the I'm too busy piece, I think COVID taught us that people want to be taken care of, right? And so when they realize I'm too busy, it used to be, look at DoorDash and all these other things. People order groceries and food and everything gets delivered now, right? And so for you to have a makeup line that makes it easy for them to do that as well, I think, or a skincare product, I should say, it's great. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I hope so. I think so too. I'm really optimistic and looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
No problem.
Oh, it's awesome, Christina. Yeah, we might have to have you back, Jeff. I'm just saying,
anytime.
Because girlies like to talk about this stuff,
Anytime, you guys. I would be thrilled to be in chat with you guys.
Well, thank you so much, Christina. And to all the listeners.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for being with us and listening. And we always enjoy your feedback. And until the next time, stay safe and be healthy.